Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I hope everyone has had a beautiful Saturday. It has been a lovely, warm, above average Saturday here in North Mississippi, and you are definitely going to want to soak it up because we are seeing cool and cold temperatures ahead, which is why the first headline, enjoy your evening tonight. I always want you to enjoy your evening no matter what time I'm on this broadcast, but the temperatures we are experiencing now, it will be a long time until we ever get to experience them again if we can get back up towards these upper 70s. We are seeing a cold start to the work week. This has been something I've been looking at on models for the past week, and I have been dreading it, especially with those 8 a.m.s just around the corner for the work week. It will be a cool and chilly and brisk start to the work week ahead. And of course, we're going to be tracking out those wind chills later on at the end of this broadcast just to show you what those temperatures are reading outside. Not really going to be matching what you're actually feeling as you go throughout the workday and especially towards the end of the weekend as well. So we're going to be tracking all of that out throughout the rest of this broadcast, so I hope you can stick with us here. But for right now, we are seeing beautiful conditions across North Mississippi. This is out in Amory, a live look. Temperatures around 64 degrees. I mean, that is perfect conditions. Not much wind going on in the area, but still beautiful clear skies above us as we are continuing into the overnight hours. But same thing out here in Cleveland. You can see that skyline with all the lights off in the distance. 68 degrees, feels like 68 as well. Those temperatures and feels like values, they are matching right now and just not going to be the story as we wrap up our weekend and get ready for the work week. Pretty much a calm wind, 3 miles per hour coming out of the west as well. So a great live look out there in Cleveland. But also in Kosciuszko, 68 degrees, feels like 66. So a slight dip in those feels like values, nowhere near the dip we're going to be experiencing later on into the work week. But still, beautiful conditions pretty much all across North Mississippi, which is why I wanted to put this graphic on here as well. I mean, just soak in these temperatures while we have them, because I mean, seeing these oranges and yellows, I am going to miss them as we wrap up the work week. Pretty much mid 60s across North Mississippi. You can see some low 70s as well. 71 Starkville, Eupora, 70 in Kosciuszko, 73 out there in Belzona as well. So beautiful conditions all across North Mississippi as we enjoy these last bit of the overnight hours. I know we had some football here in Oxford and Starkville, so Starkville not really celebrating a win. Oxford, y'all got that. So hopefully we can all enjoy the evening no matter a win or a loss as we continue into the overnight hours ahead. But taking a look at those first 12, we're going to start temperatures around 62 degrees, seeing mostly clear conditions. But as we continue into the overnight hours, we're going to start getting cloudier and cloudier as well. 58 degrees by 1 o'clock, seeing those mostly cloudy skies. And that trend's going to continue all the way into the early morning hours. Going to wake up with a cloudy start to your church commute, but also temperatures in the upper 40s, possibly low 50s. By the time you make it into that Sunday morning church commute. But right now, taking a live look at Mississippi Live Weather Radar, not much to look at. We had some showers kind of pass through Macon. I can even put it on a loop. I'm on the wrong side here. Let's think here. There we go. I'm so used to doing it from this side. I never realized until now. But last hour, you can see just a shower. We'll even go a little bit longer just so we can get a full look at it. Past 3 hours, if it'll play. There we go. Had a little pop-up shower. I think there we go. A little shower just traveling across Highway 45 south of Macon. But overall, on the grand scheme of things here in North Mississippi, we have seen dry conditions. That's going to be the trend as we continue into the overnight hours ahead. Some of these models trying to pick up maybe a little green bubble here and there, but I'm still expecting pretty much dry conditions all across North Mississippi. If you get a green bubble, you beat the odds, and that is good for y'all because I know we'll take any rain we can get, especially because we didn't get much this past weekend, but that's good because it was a severe weather threat. All of that stayed more north and east of us, so that is definitely what we like to see. Not really want it to affect us here in North Mississippi. But here we go. That's that low pressure system getting closer and closer towards North Mississippi. That cold front, that's what's responsible for these cool, cold temperatures that we're going to bring. It's definitely a stronger front that we've seen in a while. Not really going to bring us any severe weather, just cold Arctic Canadian air just kind of pushing across the United States, and that is what we are going to feel as we wrap up our weekend into our Sunday evening, but definitely into your Monday and Tuesday of the work week. Futurecast kind of showing those green bubbles all across this model. I still think over projecting, a little bit overconfident, but giving us something to look at as we continue into the evening hours. I'm still expecting dry conditions, and that cold front going to continue pushing on through North Mississippi, bringing some moisture in the form of cloud cover, not really rain chances, but also cooler temperatures as well. You can see that cloud cover building in overnight. Going to be a cloudier start to the day, but look at those wind barbs. We're going to see those a little bit more prominent as we get further into the broadcast, but I mean, they are speeding through North Mississippi, so definitely going to be breezy, and what's responsible for those temperatures feeling a little bit cooler than what it's actually reading outdoors. But the first 12, or not the first 12, the next 24 showing temperatures around 49 degrees by 6 o'clock, warming on up towards the mid 50s by lunchtime, seeing those partly cloudy skies. Going to be a little bit cloudier of a day tomorrow. Then we're going to see those temperatures start dipping as well, already in the upper 40s by the time we get to that 6 o'clock broadcast. So those temperatures I showed earlier in the low 70s, upper 60s, not going to be talking about that during our 6 o'clock broadcast time tomorrow. Already feeling those cooler temperatures, and of course 40 degrees by 9 o'clock as well. So it is going to be a chilly into the weekend, but it is also going to be an even cooler, colder start to the work week ahead. I'm going to be breaking down those temperatures, the wind chill, everything you need to know as we wrap up the weekend and get started for the work week. All that coming up in 1 minute.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Before we get to talking about those cooler temperatures, let's enjoy these temperatures we're experiencing right now. This is a live look out here in Smithville. 64 degrees, feels like 64 as well. That humidity not really affecting us. We are feeling amazing outdoors, not even much of a wind component out there as well. Calm, clear conditions. Also out here in Saltillo, I'll cover up most of the action. You can see some people on the road right now, 64 degrees above my head, also feeling like 64. So still beautiful conditions all across North Mississippi as we continue into the evening ahead. But taking a look at our day planner, we're starting off temperatures 62 degrees by 8 o'clock, seeing mostly clear conditions. As we continue into the overnight hours, that cloud cover going to continue building on in, and we're going to see those temperatures try to drop a little bit, but stick around the mid 50s as we get into the early AM hours. Not going to see that drop until later on tonight. But what's responsible for this? That cold front, that is what's going to start pushing across North Mississippi as we proceed further and further into the evening ahead. Like I mentioned earlier, I think this model kind of over projecting those rain chances. We didn't really see anything on the radar during that first session in the broadcast, so still kind of over projecting that rainfall. But that cold front going to continue pushing on across North Mississippi, and with that bringing in moisture behind it, more in the form of cloud cover. This is at 10 o'clock during the 10 o'clock broadcast time, so we're going to see cloudier conditions as opposed to now during this 6 o'clock broadcast time. But as we continue into the overnight hours, still trying to pick up on some moisture, really not confident with those at all, still expecting dry conditions, but definitely cloudy conditions by the time we're waking up in the morning. Church commute going to be a little bit cloudier, but also here's those wind barbs, a lot breezier too. So that's what's responsible for us feeling a little bit cooler than what those temperatures are reading outdoors, especially into the start of the work week. But those low temperatures overnight, going to see pretty much mid 40s, some upper 40s as well across North Mississippi, especially pretty much north of Highway 6. Once you get around Highway 82 and south, you can see some low 50s as well, 52 out there in Starkville, 53 Columbus and Macon as well. So kind of all across the board, but definitely nowhere as near what those cool temperatures are going to be as we get into your Monday and Tuesday ahead. But coming back to Futurecast, we can still see those cloudy conditions, but still breezy conditions as we start off our Sunday. That's going to be the trend as we continue into the Sunday. Still trying to pick up on some moisture. I think that's going to be more a mile or two above us, pretty much in the upper atmosphere, not really quite making it to the surface just with how dry we're going to be. We're going to still see these cloudy conditions and breezy conditions as we go throughout the day. That was at lunchtime. Still, maybe some rain chances in the most northern part of our viewing area around the Tennessee-Mississippi state line. Here we go, trying to pick up on some blue. I mean, that is what I'm talking about as far as these models really over projecting those rainfall chances. I do think maybe snow could be happening over Corinth, but that's going to be above you in the sky, not quite making it to the surface. And the reason for that is because it's going to be cooler above you. You can see highs for tomorrow, 52 out there in Corinth. So definitely not forecasting snow. It is still the start of November. I know we're talking about all these cooler temperatures, not quite there yet. So I know it's a little exciting to see some of that blue get closer and closer towards North Mississippi, but we are still expecting a dry forecast ahead, but still a cool one. But those heat indices, that is what's going to make us feel a little bit cooler. You saw, what was it, low 50s for Corinth? You're going to feel like you're in the low 40s, so almost a 10-degree difference, and that's just because of how breezy it is outdoors. Going to be making it feel a lot colder than what it is, and you can definitely tell more prominent in the north. But trust, once we continue into the rest of this broadcast, you are going to see blue across all of these graphics, especially into the start of the work week ahead. But coming back to Futurecast, we can still see that wind. What's responsible for those cooler temperatures as we continue into the evening for your Sunday evening, seeing clearer skies, especially by midnight as well. Not really any clouds in the sky on this model as of right now. Continuing into the early morning hours of your Monday, waking up towards clear conditions as well, but we're going to be waking up towards frigid conditions. It will be a cool, cold start to your work week. This is at 8:30 in the morning. And then we're going to still see those clear conditions pretty much all day long, dry conditions as well, but breezy. And especially by the time we reach Monday at 6 o'clock, that wind starting to die off just a little bit by the time we wrap up our Monday and the start of the work week, even into the overnight hours. You can see that wind change, or wind direction change. It was kind of coming from the northwest, now shifting just a little bit, coming from the southwest as well, moving on up, showing that we're not going to experience those breezy conditions, and also going to try to work our way away from the cold as well. So definitely going to be a brisk start to the work week, but thankfully that wind change going to help us. But here we go, high temperatures, and there's those dark blues I was talking about engulfing the entire viewing area here, pretty much mid 40s across all of North Mississippi. So it's going to be a chilly, chilly day. You can even see Iuka almost on the cusp of upper 30s for highs. So definitely going to be a cold day. Have that hoodie and sweater on all day. Those heat indices knocking you down 10 degrees as well. So not really going to be feeling like you're in the low 40s. You could be feeling like you're in the low 30s on the cusp of upper 20s as well. So definitely below average for this time of year. That Arctic plunge and polar air just kind of pushing into North Mississippi. That's due to that cold front making its way across our viewing area tonight and into tomorrow. But the 7-day forecast pretty much sums this up perfectly. You can see 56 as our high tomorrow, so definitely a noticeable difference from what they were today, but a high of 44 for your Monday, a low of 27. And if that's not cool enough for you, a low of 25 for your Tuesday. So those walks to the 8 a.m.s for me, not going to be pleasant at all. High of 54 for your Tuesday, but notice we're going to be keeping a dry forecast pretty much all week long. And as we continue into the work week, a slow warming trend, getting back into those low 70s, and those lows kind of working its way up as well. But like I mentioned earlier, I want to track out those wind chills and just what those temperatures are going to actually feel like as you go about your Sunday into your Monday and Tuesday. All that's coming up in 1 minute.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
The bravest thing that my dad has done has been going back to school.
It wasn't when he first enlisted, it was when he found his first support group.
The bravest thing she did is when she asked for help.
It's Friday night y estamos activos. Head out early. Drinks flowing to level.
No sé qué pasó. I didn't even drink that much.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us for Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Taking a look at future wind chill. I know this graphic isn't really showing much right now, not even any color to look at. It's showing you these temperatures and what it feels like outdoors. So for Saturday, later on tonight during the 10 o'clock broadcast, still feeling like we're in the low 60s, some upper 50s, 59 in Holly Springs and South Haven, but still feeling pretty good as we continue into the Saturday evening ahead. But let's track this out into your Sunday and into your Monday as well. We can already see that dark blue, that Arctic air kind of pushing in, and that's due to that cold front racing across North Mississippi tonight. Starting to see pretty low temperatures by the time we're waking up for our church commute. This is at Sunday, 8:30. See South Haven, 35 degrees, Tunica 35 degrees as well. Holly Springs, 34, Corinth, 34 as well. So going to be a chilly start to your day. You can definitely tell where it's starting to get cooler earlier as compared to Starkville, Columbus, Golden Triangle region reading and coming in around 51 degrees. That's what it feels like outdoors. But let's continue tracking out your Sunday. Going to see pretty much dark blue all across our viewing area, even into the evening hours as well. So going to feel like we're in the low 30s, upper 30s as well, kind of I say that 33 in Holly Springs, but also 40 in Louisville. So kind of across the spectrum, but definitely going to be brisk and chilly. This is your Sunday evening around 5 o'clock. So getting closer towards that 6 o'clock broadcast time where we are going to be talking about cool temperatures just 24 hours from now. So that's why I was saying earlier, enjoy your evening because it will get colder and colder as we wrap up the weekend and get ready for the work week. But let's continue tracking this out because it gets even chillier. You can see light blues starting to pop up as well, pretty much mid-20s, low 20s, 20 in Holly Springs, 20 in Corinth as well. So almost the upper teens is what it feels like outdoors. This is at Sunday, 10 o'clock. So any late night evening plans that you have, make sure they are had tonight. And if you want to do it tomorrow before the school week and work week starts, definitely going to want to be bundled up as well because it will be brisk, chilly, and cold. This is at Sunday at 10 o'clock as well. But let's continue into the overnight hours. We're seeing purple show up as well. So going to feel like we're in the teens. Hopefully not many of us are out doing anything too late. But for those that need to wake up really early, I mean, preheat that car. Make sure that is up and running before you have to walk out of the door because it will be a cold start, especially for our early morning commuters. This is at Monday, 6:30. So definitely going to be a cold start to the work week. Pretty much teens all across North Mississippi. You see 13 in Houston coming in, I think, at the lowest across this graphic. That's what I can see. 13 in Houston and Senatobia. So definitely going to be a brisk, chilly start to your Monday. Even by the time you reach lunchtime, I mean, you're still feeling like you're in the 30s. It feels like we're in January, but it is still only the second week of November. Definitely ahead of pace for this time of the year. Already feeling like we're in winter, but still kind of low 30s across North Mississippi, even into your evening hours. So during the 6 o'clock broadcast for your Monday, we're talking about temperatures feeling like we're in the 20s as well. So a cool start to the work week. You can see those purples coming back into the overnight hours from your Monday into your Tuesday morning. So definitely a cold start. 13 out there in Houston as well, 12 in Tupelo. Again, these aren't actual temperatures. This is just what it feels like, and that's due to how breezy it's going to be. So those 8 a.m.s that I have, it's going to be rough. But especially into your Tuesday, we're starting to see that blue kind of fade on out. And that's because that wind direction is starting to change a little bit, not kind of coming across the United States from the northwest, starting to change a little bit, come out from the southwest, push across, kind of bring some more moisture back into our atmosphere, allow us to start warming on up. And that's what's responsible for that slow warming trend as we continue into the work week. But even in your Tuesday morning hours, still feel like you're in the low 40s. So going to be a cool start to the work week, even in the Tuesday evening hours, still feeling like you're in the mid 30s. So a cold start. I mean, we're just going to keep talking about these cooler temperatures. I did find this very funny because I hate the cold. I don't like it. And what I consider cold, most people don't. So this is going to be awful for me. But thankfully, Starkville is spared for my Wednesday 8 a.m. trek. Feeling like we're at 51, the only kind of gray spot popping up here in North Mississippi. So that's my highlight for the work week. I'm excited to get to Wednesday, but we're going to start seeing those temperatures kind of warm back up as we continue into the work week. That blue fading on out, especially by the time we get into your Wednesday evening. So make sure you are prepared with your hoodie, sweater, scarves, gloves, beanies, everything you need, because it will be a cool, cold start to the work week. Make sure that you have those cars preheated because Sunday morning, Monday morning, Tuesday morning, technically into Wednesday morning, it will be a chilly start. But I appreciate y'all all tuning in. Here's the QR code for both the iOS and Android app. We appreciate all the support you have given us. And this is just a great way to get that information, especially with these cooler temperatures already on the horizon, even though it is the first week of November. Of course, we'll be live later on tonight during the 10 o'clock time frame since we're still on the weekend schedule. So just 6 and 10 tonight and then tomorrow as well. So I hope y'all enjoy this Saturday evening. Enjoy these warmer temperatures that we're experiencing now, because if you couldn't tell throughout this broadcast, we are going to see cooler temperatures going into the back half of the work weekend and into the start of the work week ahead. So y'all go out, enjoy y'all's evening, and I'll see y'all back here live in the Room to Room Weather Center at 10.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lopon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lopon has proven himself trustworthy.